Alright, so I want to apologize for how fast I'm going to have to go through all this because of the fact that this is about my fourth time trying to film this under 14 minutes, and it's damn near impossible. I want to do a top 10 stuff that I read this week. There was just so much good stuff this week. A couple of things that weren't all that great, but uh, more or less everything was, pretty much just, great. Um, so, I want to do a couple of honorable mentions on my top 10. Uh, Nailbiter number 8. Really, really like this series. Joshua Williamson doing a great job. I read where he said that issue 11 was going to be like the turning point in this series, and I can't wait for that. Um, this cover is awesome. All the covers I've seen up until 11 are freaking phenomenal. And yeah, so that was great. Um, Ghost Fleet number 2. I really didn't like the first issue of this series, but issue 2 really picked up the pace. And yeah, it was, you know, really good series. Uh, Dark Gods, Justin Jordan series. Uh, Really, really enjoyed this issue. Really happy to see that he's not going to be writing New Guardians anymore. Not because he was just crap, but because of the fact that maybe that'll give him time to concentrate on Dark Gods and Deep State and The Spread and other series that I freaking love. And last honorable mention, Shaft number 1. There were so many good number ones this week that it was really hard for me to throw number ones because it's really easy to write a number one. Um, and there were just so many good number ones this week that it was really hard for me to put this in a top 10. But it was a phenomenal issue. It's a prequel to like the Shaft movies and everything. I thought it was going to be like Black Dynamite and be all like black exploitation, but it wasn't really. It was just a really good freaking read, and I cannot wait for another issue of that. Really happy that I got this Francisca cover. I had to go to like two shops to get this cover, but I got it. I'm happy about that. All right, so number 10 is God's Head, Green Lantern. First act of this first of this third act. This was really good. I like any story that has Black Hand in it. Uh, Norman Hand's one of my favorite things about the Green Lantern universe. He's just the wild card. Um, I would really like to see a series where uh, Sinestro, with his current Parallax power, and Black Hand team up to like just destroy everything. That would be freaking awesome. This issue was really good. Um, any interaction between Hand and Hal Jordan is awesome, but this issue was really great. Still enjoying that God's Head. It's just a really good freaking run. One of the only things in the New 52 Green Lantern wise that has really made me say, "Hey, this is freaking why I read Green Lantern." And I love Green Lantern. Um, Number 9 is the Names. This series by Peter Milligan, Vertigo series, it just continues every issue to just be better and better and better. Uh, the art on this is always amazing. What I like is the way that there's an absence of color on this book in a way that you don't see in a lot of books. They don't tend to fade to a lot of blacks and grays and browns and things like that. They tend to fade to whites and yellows, and just how bright these pages are. I really like it. It's almost like a negative of what your normal comics are, and that's just an amazing thing. But the names, I think that Oddfellow Thoughts is the only person that I see picking this up. and that's a shame because it's a really good series. Uh, what am I at? Number 7 is Swamp Thing. Really, really like this issue. I don't know why I ever dropped Swamp Thing. Um, I mean, I do, but this issue, I'm gonna jump right back on the boat. Uh, if I have to drop 3 titles to do it, I'm definitely gonna drop Gotham Academy to get back on this. But I really enjoyed this issue. I really like the Machine Queen. I like the whole battle. Um, kind of is what I wanted Rock World to be. What seems to be going on right now, and so yeah, that was a just phenomenal issue of Swamp Thing. If I was going to jump back on and read an issue of Swamp Thing, because I've tried to do that with other stuff, Detective Comics and um, Aquaman and different stuff. And when you jump back on it, it's kind of like leaving home. You just can't ever really go home again. And Swamp Thing, I just felt like at the end of it, like I should have never stopped reading that. Uh, number. I'm not really good at numbering at all, but anyway, next, Secret Six. Really, really enjoyed this issue. Uh, I really like Ventriloquist in the Gail Simone Batgirl stuff. I always like Styx. Um, I like the just everything that was going on in this. Love the cover. A lot of people that I talked to didn't really care for the art, but I really liked the art um, because I mean there was just good things. I mean that to me is just an awesome. I mean I want that as a poster. Just take the word blurbs out and give that to me as a poster. I thought it was I thought it was pretty good from start to finish. Um, I mean, I'm a huge Gail Simone fan, so I'm kind of biased on that, but you know. And then next was Low. Low of the Remeter series, I feel like at number 5 on Low that I'm I'm further along than I am in Black Science, and I'm further along. Well, maybe not further along, but equally to where I was in Deadly Class. The the big difference in this book to me is uh, this art. I mean, the art and the coloring on this book are freaking amazing. I said before that I don't know whether or not it's the art or the story that keeps me going in this book and what makes me think that this book is just as amazing as it is. But, it's one of those books that I read it and I don't, I guess, fully absorb it because I don't think that it's as amazing as it is. And then when I go back and think about it, it's just amazing. I mean, probably my favorite Remainder title. You know, so, you know. Then you got The Woods. All of these books are pretty much interchangeable. There's only one book that is just not interchangeable because all of these like top 5 books and all are just all phenomenal. Um, the Woods just got signed on for like 30 issues. That they're going to do 30 issues. So it'll make it the longest running comic in Boom, which is awesome. I only see me and Ghost Critic reading this, but yeah, it is an amazing story. The art is good, but the story on this is just one of the best stories that I read each month. Um, every time that I think that I'm not caring what's going on, there's another issue, and then I care. And, you know, Wolf Moon, I don't have a lot to say about this. Colin Bunn, who I love, Jeremy Hahn, who I love, everything about this book is just a train wreck of awesome. This cover is freaking beastly. The story was amazing. I like how with all the monster books that I read, that this one was kind of a different perspective. It's one of the things I like about Dark God is that it doesn't pigeonhole itself into just one kind of horror or monster or whatever. Um, and you know, with all the vampires and zombies and everything out there right now, it's nice to kind of get a werewolf story that's not just a traditional werewolf story. Red Shadow Show. Um, Joe Hill did a great job on this. I'm glad that I got this Gabriel Rodriguez cover. Um, but this was really good. I think I'm the only person I've seen read it. Um, the next issue is going to be by Neil Gaiman. Uh, and just they're just great writers on this. Um, Not that a writer, I mean that you have to be any kind of writer to do a good story with Ray Bradbury. But yeah, Shadow Show was freaking amazing. Number two is Injustice. This book, when it was a monthly, I wished I could get it more often. Now that I get every 2 weeks, I wish I could get it more often. I mean, I don't know that I would be happy with Injustice until it's down to a daily freaking comic release. Just give me, 7 issues a month. And I will pretty much get rid of my entire pull list just to read Injustice. I know it's a video game book and all that. It is just amazing. It's the best thing in DC right now, I believe. So, and then number one, you know, unanimous in my head is Birthright. Nerdburger says if you don't read this comic, we can't be friends. If you don't read this comic, I don't know that we can be friends. Because it is just that good. If you're not reading Birthright, I mean, what are you reading? There is a title out there right now that you could drop that is a millionth as good as this series is. But, you know, I just go out and read Birthright. Um, it is just awesome. I also really like this cover. But it's just awesome. Joshua Williamson is an awesome writer, and everything about Birthright is just amazing. That issue is just a bunch of hack and slash. I can't wait to see where it's going to be, like issue 6, when you're finally introduced all of the bad guys, and we still don't know whether or not, he's a bad guy. So, we'll see. A little bit more information on this war, and it should be awesome. But, anyway, I'm going to get off here, and I'll talk at you later.